Hi, my name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer motivational speaker. It's review day! Today I'm going to review the Write in the Rain journal. Ooh, that's a little bright, sorry. The Write in the Rain journal, the all-weather journal. Is this the best travel and expedition writing journal ever? Let's find out. And you travel, like I use the Write in the Rain journal combined with this pen. Thus far, it has been my experience that they are the best combo ever. So the story goes with let's get the story with the Fisher Space Pen. Let's see, Paul C. Fisher, this is interesting here. Let me show you there. I prefer the military edition usually when I'm traveling. It's got that nice little pocket clip. There is the little pocket edition bullet style pen. Love these things, whatever rendition it is, because they all use the exact same cartridge. So whether you have the fancy style desk writer or anything else, but I just prefer the military style. So it said when President John F. Kennedy challenged to put a man on the moon, Paul Fisher knew no existing pen could perform in no gravity in the freezing cold and boiling hot vacuum of space. Thousands of experiments later, first reliable sealed pressurized cartridge. 1967, after 18 months of testing by NASA, the Space Pen, not this one specifically, but the Space Pen was launched into space used by astronauts. This thing's supposed to work from -30 degrees to 250 degrees. Yeah, because that's comfortable. And upside down. I'm going to actually demonstrate this. And theoretically, it's the only pen you're going to need. And then they have this whole pressurized graph dealing. Let me block the light there. It explains how this all works. It's pretty cool. Unconditionally guaranteed and all such sorts of things. But there's lots of talk and then there's demonstrations. So I want to show you a couple of my journals where I've been in the world in the past couple of years. Been up on Denali, the tallest mountain in America, or actually, sorry, North America, one of the 7 summits. It's gone to India with me, writing in the journals here. You can see my writing there. Been to Europe, not as exciting, but nevertheless, it's written in my journal there. And Kilimanjaro, exactly. So this pen has been all sorts of places with me. So how well does it work? We're going to discuss that. I'm going to combine this review and merge it with the Write in the Rain journal simply because these two are the best writing combo on earth for wherever you want to go to have your writing saved so you can come back and have notes from your experience. All right, so let me talk a little bit about the Write in the Rain journal. You can get these. I'm going to put links to both all the pens here, the Write in the Rain journal, the refills, all this, and even the bullet pen. If I can find it on Amazon, I'll drop links below. And if you can hit subscribe and that little bell beside, that'd really help me out. If you can't see them, just to hit the little arrow down on your phone. This is like a multi-handed deal. But put that little arrow down your phone, hit subscribe, and that'll help this channel support it. So as you can see, this is my journal from Kilimanjaro, and I literally used this pen to write my experience in Kilimanjaro, just like that. And you say, Aaron, what's the big deal? Well, it was raining on Kilimanjaro. It was freezing on Kilimanjaro. It actually got pretty dang hot in the steamy jungle of Kilimanjaro. Now, the Fisher Space Pen says it works to minus 30 degrees. Well, on Denali, it was minus 40 degrees, I think, 2017. Freaking freezing! And yet, as you can see, right there, maybe that light's too bright. Let me turn it away just a bit. There we go. Yeah, writing with this exact pen, no problem. See? Still, even though my handwriting's bad, standing up, still writes. Theoretically, you can write like 12,000 inches or something, or 12,000 feet with this pen. Whatever Fisher said, I don't exactly know, but This journal is utterly incredible because I've been, even on Denali, I was laying in my sleeping bag upside down. So we're going to do the upside down test here, both with this journal and with this pen. So I'm going to put the pen upside down, shake it rather than shaking, and let's see if it still works upside down. Works upside down. Check it out. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so first test, yes, the upside down test. Now, I've used these pens in Antarctica. This isn't the pen because the cartridge ran out, but I've used this pen in Antarctica. It's like -50, raging storms, sitting in my sleeping bag, writing upside down. So below -30, the ink gets a little bit too jelly. It starts skipping a bit. Bum ba dum, because you're all camping and living in -30 degrees. All you do is just warm up the pen a bit, warm that thing up, and all of a sudden you just, put a black mark on your lip there, but you start writing and all of a sudden, oh man, that like totally smooths out. So even at -30, -40, -50 degrees upside down, this thing still works, and it works well. Totally awesome. Now, this paper, I mean, this pen, it's not just the mechanical pen. Let me take this apart for you just to show you, because this is totally thrilling. And it's simply the Space Pen Boulder City, and they still even put the label on there, send $6.50 to Space Pen Boulder City, Nevada. There you go. And you simply drop that thing in there, and voila, screw it down. Hopefully, let's see. Oh, there we go. Click, click. Totally awesome. The bullet pen doesn't really click because it's a little bullet, but it has the same refill. Amazingly how it fits in there. I don't even know how they do that. Okay, boom. Exact same refill. Pretty smart. I carry this pen with me pretty regularly, just in my pocket, so if I need to write notes or get business information, this writes on business cards pretty well. Pretty darn good there. I'll sign books with it. Totally cool. So the other part of this review, of course, are these Write in the Rain journals. They're something like 76 pages. I don't remember exactly how long. For me, when I'm traveling and adventuring, each journal lasts me 2 weeks of writing every day, maybe a page and a half or two of notes. My scrawl is pretty small, as you can see here. Let me turn the light away so you can see what it's like there. So not too shabby. So like if I grabbed all these journals here and this journal here, 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks. So for me, this would be 2 months of writing. I don't really draw at all, so not too bad. So what's the magic and why do you care about the Write in the Rain journal? And again, Write in the Rain does not sponsor me either. I'm not receiving any money for this review, but it's a patented, environmentally responsible weather writing paper. Enables you to write anywhere in weather, underwater, upside down, regardless of field conditions. So just to show you that this paper is the real deal, and also I'm going to do a little cold test on my pen just to show you that that's the real deal. Let me go grab this. So what I'm going to do is open my journal here, do a blank page, and we are going to take you to the freezer because I have non-so-surreptitiously planted a pen in the freezer here. All right. So an hour ago, I planted my space pen in the freezer. Here we go. This pen, wherever the heck it is, sorry, is now below 0. Super cold. All right, so we're going to take the exact pen over here. We're going to put the camera back on the tripod. And you'll have to believe me if I don't drop my camera. Okay, so this pen, whoa, I'm widening out here. This pen was in the freezer. It is 0 degrees right now. That ink is 0 degrees. And okay, here we go. 0 degrees writing. Sweet, check that out. So this pen is literally at 0 degrees. It's just starting to warm up. And how that ink works is as you write, the pressure liquefies that ink, and then it writes easily. And you'll notice that the zero is a little bit faded. That's not bad. You just give it a little bit of squiggle and warm it up. And you can even write upside down. This, you know, my hand's starting to warm this up, but upside down at 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Not too shabby, both the paper and the pen. All right, so here's the second part of this review. Check this business out. So we've got the freezing pen, we've got the room temperature pen, and now we've got the Write in the Rain journal. So let's take a big risk here. Okay, my Denali book 2017, that's pretty solid. But let's use the high risk journal, the Kilimanjaro 2016. Until I guide a group up there, I'm not going to be going to Kilimanjaro, completed the summit. So wouldn't it be a horrible shame if something happened to this journal, like water spilled all over it and the ink totally ran? I mean, that'd be like, right? Yeah, that'd be horrible. So we're going to show you just how good. I'm going to take the risk of pouring water all over this journal paper that's been to Tanzania, Africa, to the top of Kilimanjaro with me and back. I'm going to actually pour water on this to show that the Write in the Rain journal is awesome, the freezing Fisher Space Pen are awesome, and it's like the best marriage ever. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to come on down here, and we are going to move my camera. Alrighty. Okay, I've done this test before, but it's always still scary nevertheless. Okay, so this is just to prove my Kilimanjaro journal. Okay, and I will keep that in frame the whole time. You will see it in frame the whole time. So Thursday, November 10th, 2016, hopefully will not disappear. You will see that, and I will pour cold water. So I now have a container of cold water, and now I'm going to ruin my Kilimanjaro journal. I hope not. Because if I used a regular gel pen or any Uniball or any of that, it would destroy this. This paper also works with pencils, so that won't smear, but I love the ink. So here we go, okay? So you see this is still Kilimanjaro, right? Oh, Kilimanjaro. There we go. I'm pouring this on my Kilimanjaro journal. Okay, there you go. Let me tap off the water. Come back, you see the water beading on there? Yes. Okay, I'm going to tap the water off. Blow it off there. So far, the ink is still readable. Now, would I just wipe it? No, that ink is supposed to be pretty smear-proof. So let's see how smear-proof it is. Woo! Check it out. Now the ink's dry. All right, check it out. So I'm going to pour more water out. And now I'm going to do the smear test. This is pretty exciting and kind of stressful, because if I destroyed my Kilimanjaro journal, I'd be really unhappy. So I'm going to pour water all over this, right? And in fact, let me zoom in more. That has more impact. I love that. Okay, there you go. Here we go. I'm going to pour water. This is kind of like a baptism, all right? We're going to baptize my journal, and we're going to put it under water. See, can you see it there? Okay, and I'm going to rub on my journal. There we go. Rubbing it, and you see my finger rubbing it. And what happened to the paper? Oh, look at this focus action going there. Booyah, that is the exact page. The page is moist, of course, but the ink is not smeared. The ink is still there. The paper has not turned to gooey jello, and that is under... not too shabby. Booyah. But now that you've seen that, that's pretty cool. Now, I've been caught in rainstorms. I have my Greenland journal. I mean, it was raining and snowing and icy and crazy there. This thing cruised along, no problem. Right, so you saw my Kilimanjaro journal survived when it's wet. The ink didn't smear. You can see that it is wet and shiny. Okay, now, here we're going to leave that open to dry. So this is the size of the journal I recommend. It's like a 4.5 by 7 journal. It's got inches on here. Some of them have centimeters. So this journal is the size I recommend. You can buy this if you're like a little reporter or something, but hey, check it out. Paper's falling all over the place. All right. But this is too small for me. The 8.5 11's too big. This is the best size for me. What I want to demonstrate is using this paper. I'm going to tear a page out and I'm going to write underwater just to demonstrate that this all does work. Alrighty, here we go. So, and I've written some notes and some photography notes, whatever. So it's the Write in the Rain there. I'm going to tear this page out just like this. I'm going to zoom in here. All right, there's the bowl. Okay, Write in the Rain journal. The paper is now underwater. Okay. You'll believe that's underwater. In fact, I'll put more water in there. Oh, this is super fun. Okay, there you go. Bowl full of water. Fisher space pen. Okay, here we go. All right. Under water. Okay, and I'm going to pull that out so you can see that I'm not faking this at all. And voila, right underwater. How cool is that? So now I'm going to do a zoom in so you can see it a little bit better, but just to show you, now here's the paper. I'm going to zoom out. Okay, so let's do a little bit of smear test. Huh, didn't smear, not too shabby. Let's do that again. I will put the camera directly over so that way you can see and that I'm not yanking your chain. Alrighty. Okay, there we go. Alright, okay, so can you, and this is water here, right? See the water? Fisher space pen. In fact, yeah, I'll use this pen again. Ready? Right. I'll turn it so you can read it. More under water. Even my signature. Boom. Yeah. Now we're going to smear the ink on the paper. I'm rubbing it. Listen. Nothing happening. Check that out. Now the paper is soaked. It's actually starting to leach in here, but it's still surviving and the ink is still there on the paper. Woo! Is it smeared at all? Does not look smeared at all. So, there you go. I'll even take it to the other side of the page and I'll write right in the rain plus Fisher space pen equals love. Okay, now the paper is drenched. I mean, it would be like sitting in a river writing a journal. Would you ever do that? No, that's absurd. But I just did it. You literally saw me write underwater. The paper survived. The backside is still going. The paper is like moist. It is moist, but I will let this sit and dry out. The Fisher space pen, woo yeah! And the Write in the Rain journal, both total winners. Highly recommended for both. Links below to the journal of this size, the Fisher space pen, the refill cartridges, everything you have. So I utterly guarantee whether you're in Antarctica and minus 50 degrees, in Greenland in the Arctic and minus 40 degrees, on Kilimanjaro in the steaming, miserable jungle, in Europe on a nice little comfortable holiday, or in Hawaii, totally living it up, This product totally works. Highly recommend it. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar I'm a polar explorer. I can't even remember my lines. I'm so excited. But polar explorer and motivational speaker, and I'm also a travel writer, and found out today a #1 author on Amazon.com. Talk about hitting on all cylinders. Please check out the links below. Hit the little arrow next to the video, and you can check out all the links for this. Please support my channel on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. Thank you very much for watching.